What's up, everyone? 1/6ers, quarter scalers, 1/10ers, all of you, 6 inches, and the aliens that get down to the pub for a pint. Welcome to another edition of Figure This, Figure That, the Don's Figure Chat. Today we're revisiting the quarter scale Iron Man from Hot Toys. He is a beast. He doesn't even fit in my little display area here. But that's because he's got this humongous diorama base. Let me just go over here quickly, and then we can get this out the way. He comes with a battle damaged chest plate, battle damaged shoulder plates, 2 repulsor hands at right angles, 2 flexible finger hands. He comes with this beautiful head sculpt behind the plate. Let's see if I can get his eyes there looking at us. No. And as I say, he comes with this diorama that's as big as my house. So yeah, I've got him in the static pose that he comes in the box with. So he's got the light up helmeted sculpt on. None of the arms are extended, the waist is not extended, and the legs are not extended, I'm sure, as you notice. That there is a secret base bag that he came in. The guy who I bought him off must have got it at secret base because the invoice is there as well. That's what presents when you first open the box, and it's a foam clamshell inside. But yeah, the head sculpt, let's get back to that. Look at that, man. That's really, really nice, eh? And as you know, this is the Mark III. I've got him in 1/6 scale, and now I've got him in quarter scale. But there's an ongoing problem with this one. You know the issue, well, I'm speaking to other collectors now, the issue with the 1/6 die-cast marriage and PVC collectors. They have a bit of a loose shoulder, where the peg fits into the actual armor, and it can be rectified, I know that, but not always to your satisfaction. But this one, it's where the arm joins the round piece that's got the peg that goes into the shoulder. It's holding no poses whatsoever, so I've got an ongoing dispute with the seller on eBay, which is not his fault, it's a factory fault, but I wish he would just say that and we can move on. But yeah, but what a beautiful piece, eh? Really, really nice. You can see he doesn't come with much in the way of accessories. That's because his shoulder missiles are fitted into the actual armor. You lift the shoulder plate up and the missiles pop out. Same with the forearms. You've got 2 missile launchers in each forearm, and you also get that deflector shield that he uses. That can fan out once you open up the arm entirely. It's a really dope idea, eh? You can take off the bicep armor to show if you're going to show him battle damaged. But yeah, I'm going to try and get a landing pose with him, and we'll do a couple of other poses. But I'm thinking to take him off this diorama because it's massive, man. In my display cabinet, that arm has to come off because it doesn't fit. He's only on the base and the reactor. But you can just use the base if you want, so it all comes apart, and I think that's what I'll do for the purpose of this video, so we're not getting any light interference when I'm doing the top half of him. But I have got a photo booth on the way with a lacquer rotating table and all the halo bars that go with it, so I'm looking forward to that. And we should be able to get the quarter scale figures in there. So as I was saying, the chest armor comes off if you want to replace it with battle damaged. He gets 2 battle damage shoulder covers there. And you can leave the plate off entirely if you want to see the inner workings underneath. He does extend from the waist. The legs do extend. And he's got the chaff grenade things. What are they? Chaff grenade launchers, I suppose, and other little missiles. They also attached to the hip, where on the 6 scale one, you pull off a cover and you put those in. The feet extend to enable you for lacquer poses. Yeah, no, very, very dope piece. I'm over the moon with him. If it was just that loose arm, I'd be 7th heaven, eh? But yeah, as you know, it's a big problem, eh? And it only happens once you extend the right arm from the shoulder. That's when it loses all posability. And yeah, I'll show you a bit later on. I'll get Moate to come hold the video and we'll show you. So you must always check for these things. I was so excited when I first got him in April. I shot a video with him and 6 scale one. And yeah, I didn't think to check the extension part, you know, when you extend. And yeah, as soon as I did that to do the proper YouTube video of him, that's when I noticed the fault. But I'm still going to go ahead. It's been now about 3-4 weeks since I noticed the fault, and I'm going to try and do some poses with him. Let's just go over again. There's the box, very dope box. And no, that's not dusty. That's part of the design. Come down, you've got the 3D relief of the Iron Man armor head sculpt. I don't know if you can see that. There you go, you can see the shadow. This is the deluxe edition. Comes with battle damaged armor in the form of shoulder plates and chest plate. 2 right-angled, I call them the Thing hands from Adam's family. 2 flexible finger, also with repulsors. And 2 fists, which he comes with in the box. Yeah, and I'm excited for all things Iron Man at the moment, because I just got the new Mark 85. So, yeah, never take away my love for Batman, but he is a dope figure, eh? You gotta admit. You gotta admit. And as I say, he must, because his name's on the invoice, so he must be a member of Secret Base. And he got this on release last year, 2020, I think it says. Sorry, you can see the back end of Remus's butt there. That's on the Gladiator box. I use that usually to put my black paper in between. But this time I've had to put the black paper behind just so I can cover the head, and it's still maybe not enough. I don't know if that's shooting in 4K. It might be because of the bad light. But yeah, you can get all sorts of poses with him, eh? Really, really nice piece, eh? Much better than the 6 scale, as in you don't have to turn out the waist, what is it? The waist adapter to put the twisty one in. But then again, I've never tried to do a landing pose with him yet, so only time will tell. There's the top of the reactor. I'll turn it on just now so you can see. Same with the magnetic faceplate. Same as the 161, fits on top as if his faceplate is open. Doesn't come with a Tony Stark head sculpt. I did buy one third party with the collar, and I was promised faithfully, that it fit this particular piece, but it doesn't. So I'll have to revisit that in a later day. But yeah, very nice, eh? Very nice indeed. He does have marks and scratches on him, and I think that's all to add to the battle damage flavor, so it's not a pristine suit. As I say, the bicep armor comes off. And then if you can see where these things are, let me do it on this side. Those things fold out and push back to enable you to get the missile launchers out. And then the whole forearm opens up to put the deflector shield in place. So there's quite a bit of engineering gone into this, eh? The back calf covers lift up. You can see all the inner workings of that, which I'll show. All these plates on the feet, they movable to help you with a better pose. The only thing I wish, I mean, if they did it on the 1/6 scale, is the flaps at the back. The foil is actually stuck to the flaps, where the 1/6 ones, you can pull the foil apart and it makes for a super dope back pose. Yeah, you can't do it on this one. It's actually, as I say, stuck to the panel. But a beautiful, real beautiful piece. And yeah, similar issues with, you know what Hot Toys' glue's like. They must use bloody water glue. Because all the plates, especially on the thing hands, those two there, the plates just dropped off because the glue has just dried up. And yeah, so I'll have to re-stick those. But I'm not going to do it yet until I hear what the case resolution is between the seller and me. Look, you can see his eyes lit up there. You see that? Yeah, you didn't know that, eh? That's a secret feature on my box. Not all the boxes do it, just mine. But yeah, super sweet box. And there you see the emblem of glory, the quarter scale deluxe version. Yeah, let's see if we can get you some more detail down here. So this base, this top one here, this whole thing here, you can move it to different positions on those grids. And if you look at the back, there's 3 holes there where you can change the stance of Iron Man, depending on which way you want him to turn or face, which is also quite a dope little touch, eh? They really have thought of everything. Let me see if I can... No, I don't want to give you the whole shaky camera thing. Oh, and I've ordered another tripod. I ordered one a while ago, and it never came. It never came, eh? So, yeah, I've sent another letter to Amazon asking where's my tripod. But in the meanwhile, I've just bought a decent one, about 20 quid, I think it was, to help with my new photo booth that is arriving, my Foldio 360. Yeah, who's getting professional now? Okay, that's 12 minutes of drivel. I've just shown you Iron Man in a static pose. I'm sure you want to see more. So with that said, I'm going to pause it here. And as I always say, I'll be back. Right, there you have him. In attack pose. He's just landed. And he's coming in for the kill. So there is both. Let's see if I can just get the light up there for you. So you can see. There's the shoulder missiles ready to launch. Both forearm missiles out and ready to launch. Both arms extended to get that 90-degree turn. But the right hand, I've had to push back in to almost lock back in place. I've changed the hands to the flexible finger hands. And as I say, I've taken the shoulder missile pods out. There is the forearm missiles. And yeah, very easy to pose, eh? There is a lot of finicky parts that you got to be careful of. But other than that, he is just a beaut, eh? Just a beaut. You see those shoulder pauldrons at the top there? Yeah, they catch hold of the shoulder plates that hide the missile pods. So you got to be careful of that. You got to be careful of these ones at the sides because they also catch on things. And then these ones, you've also got to be careful for. Excuse the change of hands there. These ones. Because they also are ready to catch anything and everything. There you can see the grenade pods underneath there properly now. Come down, both legs are extended. He's got like a double bend knee, if I can call it that. And yeah, stands on his own, balances on his own, the whole move. So I'm very impressed with the impressed with the articulation, considering the size of this beast. But look at that, eh? So you can imagine if you just got a remote, just to say, right, all lights on, it would look fantastic. I must look into it, especially for this piece. He needs his lights. He does need his lights. And if I'm not mistaken, the lights from the arc reactor there shine through those open plates, and it shines through the shoulder joints. And you've also got lights at the hips, the arc reactor, obviously the repulsors on the hands, the eyes. I'm trying to think. I'll have to check when I turn the lights on, because the calf cover lifts up and there's a whole load of workings underneath there. And I know you put batteries in there, so I can imagine it's for lights, obviously. Stupid question, stupid statement. There you can see some of the battle damage that comes with the figure. Funny story, I'll never remember, I forget, I got the first Iron Patriot, and I got it home, and my son was still living here at the time. Well, living here, he was between his girlfriends in here and wherever. I was saying to him, check this, how can a guy sell me this, and look at the state of it, why didn't he tell me? So I went, I think I spoke to my mate Mark Alexandra on Messenger, and I was bitching to him, saying, what a disgrace. And he says, no, Dale, calm down. They come like that, it's battle damage. Yeah, I feel like a right idiot, eh? But as I say, I'd never did Iron Man before. I was always Batman, so I didn't know. So I can imagine if this had been my first Iron Man, I would have thought, God, how can he send me something like, look at the state of this. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. So glad I didn't contact the seller and make a right idiot of myself. But yeah, funny stories, eh? Funny stories. But look at that, man. Hey? He's got shield deflectors in each arm, just underneath those missiles, but they're such a mission to put up, and to be fair, it's not worth it, because you don't really see much, eh? You just see like black PCB boards, that's all. So I might give that one a miss. I think we'll go for a landing pose, and then maybe a pose with Iron Man and Spider-Man quarter scale together. See how that looks. But for now, this is what we're getting, and I hope you're happy with what you're getting. If you are, you know what to do. Hit subscribe, man. Hit like. Put a comment. All you Iron Man fundies. Let's have a look at him from the top. Hey, he looks dope, man. Looks dope. And the one pose I suppose I could never get him in is a flying pose, because just you haven't got the stuff to do that with. They'd need a big bendy pole for that. So yeah, quite sad that you can't put him in a flying pose. I suppose if you made a plan like with clear perspex rods and that, like some of those are doing. But yeah, I really love this piece, eh? I was devastated when I found the loose faulty shoulder thing. And you lose all, when my new photo booth comes, all this moving around and like there, that won't be happening, because it'll be on a fixed tripod. And yeah, you just move as you move. Can you see the shoulder missile pods there? There you go. A lot of detail on this piece, a lot of detail. Now on the 1/6 scale one, this waist piece, you pull that out, there's buttons on the back and you press it, and have a look at the video, you'll see how many pieces it comes into, and you change that abdomen piece for a twisty piece to be able to get him in the landing pose. So I'm going to try a landing pose with this big beast here and see how we go. That'll be next up, but for now, have 4 missiles pointing right at your snack, and you'll be man down after that, believe you me. Hold your breath, I'll be back. Right, that's me back with the 1/4 scale in the landing pose. I'm too scared to move though, because he's on a slippery surface and not that great to hold in a landing pose. So a bit of a mission to get him like this, but I think once you've done it once, it'll be easier and easier every time you do it. Not that you want to do it lots of times though, but look at that beauty, man. 1/4 scale Iron Man in the hoose. I've changed out the battle damaged pauldron. I've also changed out the chest plate for the battle damaged one. You can see that. The neck sits at a funny angle, but you won't be seeing that, you know, because you'll be looking at him head on. And the only problems I really came across was where the pauldron lifts up the top shoulder plate all the time. Oh, and you haven't seen the back, eh? So there we go. There's the back. Now the 1/6 scale, those little foil plates underneath there come away as well, but on this one they don't. So you extend the legs, and it takes a couple of tries to get it right. But yeah, as I say, once you've done it once, you know now where you can bend and where it can go to type move. But how's that for a pose, boys and girls? How's that for a pose? That is Iron Man, eh? That is Iron Man. And funny enough, there's no strain on the joints. Everything's lacquer, which means good. You've just got to make sure to lift up all the plates that can be lifted to get him in the pose. Excuse the underneath of my desk there. That wasn't meant to be. But look at that beauty, man. Look at that beauty. I'm going to stand him up just now, and I'll go get the other Iron Men, and we'll put them all on the desk here, and we'll put them all in landing poses. That should be nice. Let me just swap hands here. Excuse me. I just want to get this the strip light quickly, so I can show you the back. There we go. Now on the spine there, on the 1/6 scale, there's little buttons. There's a button you push to extend the legs, and there's a button you push to extend the from the waist upwards, and there's another button you push to be able to take out the middle abdomen piece. So you're left with the legs and the upper torso. But there he is with just the camera light. How impressive is that? Sure, I'm actually impressed myself. So that piece that's coming off his knee there, that's what he actually kneels on. And the foot. So you can't get that leg exactly at right angles, but hey, man, look at that. That's okay. That's as good as landing pose as any. Okay, that other arm should be more perpendicular up in the sky, perpendicular with this arm. I'll try and rectify that when we do all the Iron Men posed up. Excuse me, while I just put this shit back on. You see what we have to contend with here? No, I'll just hold it. I'll just hold it. Still sweet. Still sweet. I might have to cut out a couple of sections where I've gone under my desk. The life of a professional Golden Globe director is never over. Never over. But yeah, as I was saying, look at that beast, Look at that beast. That's nice, You admit it, it's really, really dope. Even if you're not an Iron Man fan. Okay, so I'm going to leave you there. I'll just leave you with my light, because that's what you'll meet in a dark alley. That's maybe, you might not even have that light. So I changed out one of the flexible finger hands for the fist hand, obviously, for the pose. And as I say, that other arm on the other side there should be more perpendicular with this one. But I was just so happy to get him like this and get him balanced without him slipping on the glass that I thought, no, get the video done as soon as. So I'll leave yous with that lovely pose there. Excuse me while I nearly said light muffs. Excuse me while I light my spliff. Dun, 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 dun. Come on and then take a whiff. 'Cause reality is... No, okay, I'm not going to sing Bob Marley for you. I'm a big reggae fan. My favourite is Linton Kwesi Johnson. But I'll leave yous with that dope pose. And as I say, photo booth is imminent. So we'll be taking some dope videos and photos with the new booth. So I'll leave you like that. Just watch for this man landing in your garden, and I'll be back. Okay, boys and girls, what we've done now is we've put in the 1/6 scale Mark III. There you can see him in all his glory. Now, on this, those shoulder missile pods come separately, fitted onto a shoulder blade, where on this one, the shoulder blade lifts up in the missile pod. It comes out, you push the shoulder plate back. Same with the missiles. You open up the forearm to place those missiles. Where on this one, it's a separate piece that you take a panel off and then you plug the missiles in. Other than that, everything else is the same. So you're looking at a 1/4 scale Mark III and a 6 scale Mark III. So this one, I'm quite sure, was the first attempt at die-cast Iron Man. There's been many, many more since then. It does the same thing, everything lights up. There you can see the chaff grenade launcher. That is also a separate piece that you pull a panel out and you fit that. Where on this one, it's part of the figure. The legs bend the same. They also extend. The only difference is with this one, the 1/6 scale one, is that torso piece comes out. I was explaining it in one of the early videos, and you put the twisted torso in, so you're able to get a landing pose. There's the likeness, and I mean, he's about 30 centimeters tall, so it puts it into perspective how big the 1/4 scale Iron Man is. Really, really lush piece, Really just dope. That's dopalicious. Dopalicious it is. So yeah, that was Moati's idea to do this, to put like we did with the other one. And yeah, it works really well because he says you can't see the scale of how big this Iron Man is. And it's, as I say, a work of engineering, eh? It's brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. So we've got them in similar poses. I took this one straight out of my display cabinet and placed him here. He's still got his calf flaps open. This one here, the calf flaps also open, and there's a light there that I think they could have put more inner workings there, but hey, you can't have your cake and eat it, can you? So yeah, there's a dope comparison, eh? Look at that. And the small one also comes with battle damage chest plate. I can't remember what else. I can't remember if there's anything else battle damaged on that. But yeah, this one you get the shoulder. No, it's the same. The shoulder pauldrons and the chest plate come battle damaged. So if you look down, you can see the difference in size. That's amazing, eh? I love this hobby. I love this hobby. I really do. It's my pride and joy, eh? And it's very early morning, yeah? It's freezing cold. But I'm sweating underneath all these bloody lights. Yeah. What can one do? If you want to win another Golden Globe, you got to do the graft. They look good, eh? And they look good together. Pity I can't put them in the same cabinet. Well, I could, but then quarter scale Spidey might get a huff for doing that. Okay, so I'll leave you with that. The size comparison. And yeah, I'll be back just now with Spider-Man entering the fray and a different pose for Tony. See you now. What do you mean, is that mine? You know that's mine. Give it back. Just added Peter Parker, Spider-Man to the mix, and already he's up to mischief. So we've got him in a leaning pose against the secret base bag and box, and Tony is not impressed. Never dealt with a teenager before, so yeah, he's got a lot to learn. So as you can see, he's just in a lacquer standard pose, legs extended, so I can get the turn, and he looks fantastic. And then couple him with the Spidey giving him grief. It's quite a dope little setup there. I'll try this in the display cabinet and see how it looks. But then again, I wouldn't want to leave that elbow bent like that up against the box. And he's still got his web shooting hand there. But it looks quite dope, eh? Looks real. Looks real, yeah. It's because I just pose that way. I'm just that good. But Tony doesn't look impressed. There you can see the inner workings under the armpit there, look. Really lacquer, really nice. Yeah, as I say, he's not too happy with Spidey at the moment. After this, we'll try and get a all lights on pose, and I think then we'll call it a day. These quarter figures are hard to shoot, eh? You know, it's I think if I was more bodily able without the disabilities, I'd be a lot better, but yeah, as is, it's bloody difficult, eh? But I managed to get it in the end, and I think it's such a dope pose, that. And it shows the versatility of the Spider-Man body, even though it's quarter scale. I mean, That's quite a nice little pose there, just for one fiddle, you know. Okay, let's try and get this light up pose settled and done. Spidey, give him his bloody mask back. Stop being a dick. Okay, so I'll leave you with that image of Iron Man just about to blow Spidey's head off with a repulsor, and then say, whoops, I thought you had rejuvenating powers like Wolvie. Okay, now I'm just speaking drivel again. So I'll leave you with that look there, and I'll be coming back, don't worry, I'll be back. All right, I know I said I wasn't going to show you the shield pose, but I thought, why not? Oops, excuse me. This shield pose is, I don't know if I've got it right even. I followed the instructions, and that's what it looks like. He's in a very dope pose, if you can see. I'm trying not to lose the light and the 4K. I'll have to come all the way back. There, you can see the extent to which this figure's articulated. It really is a work of art, man. It's very well done. So I've got the upper torso extended and turned, hence why those plates are still open. I've got the head turned on the neck. I've put the missile pods away, and I've put these missiles away to enable to get the shield. I would imagine he would have the fist on this hand and not the articulated fingers, but I like the articulated fingers. I think they're more expressive. And yeah, look at that, man. The legs are extended, both of them, so I can get the turn. There you can see the knees operating. And if I can hold this camera steady, I'll try and lift one of these, which is always that. No, oh, no, that'll have to be for another pose. Hey, the life of a figure photographer. But look at that, man. Hey, that's almost like a shot from the movie. That's how good I am. Bugger Golden Globes, Oscars, here I come. I am using the stand, and I don't know what that's called. I really don't. Crotch balancer? Which are very, very, very beautiful piece. I can only praise this thing. And excuse the camera work, this gimbal is shit for shooting quarter scale. But he looks nice, eh? Look at that paint app. Honestly, it's like looking at a sports car with a cherry red deep pearl. And look there. That's really good that you can see the details in amongst the plates. Okay, so there he is, all lit up. You can kind of get an idea of what he would look like in a dark cabinet. You can see the lights coming through the fins at the side of his torso. You can see them coming through the chest plate with the arc reactor on. Now you can either have those blue lights on or off, and the arc reactor on its own. The repulsors, both lit. And if you go down, you can see the backlighting on the calves. Very impressive. It's a pity there's light coming in from behind. Otherwise, you'd be able to see this boy really lit up. So he's looking up at the midnight sky, wondering when the next alien attack is going to come. Looks good, eh? So that's with all the lights on. I love him. He looks really dope in front of me here. I hope it's transferring across to the camera. Okay, let me just hold him there. Well, I turn him around so you can see the back also all lit up. Now you can see the lights through the arm. So if you look here, it's not working that well because of the light coming in from the window behind, but you can see the blue lights there. They light up and reflect off that silver piece. You come down. I can't remember if there's lights in the hip. Here is all the detail here with the lights on. Really looks good, eh? It looks really, really dope. I haven't opened that one up fully because of the pole, so I'll show you this one. And you can see all the inner workings. So you can imagine this dude in a display cabinet with just, I know some of the guys, as I was explaining earlier, they set up remotes somehow to put this guy, or all their Iron Men actually, it's just a flick of a switch. But I think that looks amazing, eh? You know, if you could turn your lights off in the lounge or wherever your display room is and just say, watch this, and watch all your Iron Men light up. All your Iron Men, I've only got 3 actually with a Mark 85. Okay, there's the back. I pushed him all the way back so you can see the backlight as it comes off the backdrop. I mean, it looks really good, eh? As I say, when this is in a display cabinet and it's dark and you turn all the lights on, he just looks amazing. But I've got that problem there of that window. But once the photo booth comes, I won't have that problem anymore. Okay, 3 minutes of lights I think is enough. So I'll leave yous like this with Spidey all lit up. Please hit subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever, be friendly. And yeah, if I don't see you through the window, I'll see you through the groups. From me and Iron Man and Muate, peace out.